Browns defense. They add Malik Collins. I think he's underrated because they also drafted Mason Graham, 5th overall, and there was the big trade back from 2. They also add Carson Schlesinger. You've got some young guys on the edge. How good do you think this defensive line and the middle of that defense is? Let's say the front 7, because that'll take a linebacking core and the line into account.
It can be a really solid unit. Anytime you have Myles Garrett starting it out, you're going to be a good unit. You're going to be a threat. I absolutely love Mason Graham. I thought he was one of the best 4 football players in this last draft. And Malik Collins, with Mason Graham being kind of the two-way threat, and especially a great run defender, I would argue the best run defender in the entire draft. Collins, for us, has always put up better pass rush metrics than he has run defense grades. But I think that's a good compliment with Graham next to him. Where I'm the most concerned right now is with the recent Jordan Hicks retirement. That linebacker room just continues to get thinner and thinner and thinner. And, you're going to have Schlesinger out there. Devin Bush had a good year last year, but I was really relying on Jordan Hicks to be that veteran leader there. And now that he's retired, I'm a little more worried about that linebacker unit than I was a few weeks ago.
How did Baker grade? Jerome Baker, a local kid, Ohio State, and he's from the Cleveland area. How did he grade out last year, PFF wise?
Solid veteran, better in run defense than he is in coverage. I think when you're talking about coverage at that linebacker spot, that really might be where you start to talk about Carson Schlesinger on the weak side with his speed. But Baker's a savvy veteran. He's been around a long time. He's going to fill his gaps in run defense. As long as everybody in front of him is in the proper gap, he's going to get where he needs to get, and he's still a solid tackler in the run game. I would just question the coverage ability with him. It's always been a question, but he's a little bit older, so he doesn't play in space all that well. He's also been a good blitzer throughout his career. So if Jim Schwartz wants to use him in that manner, then I don't see anything wrong with that either.